Welcome back to the channel. We're back with our commander deck profile today with Shadow the Hedgehog. It's haste, and whenever Shadow or another creature you control with flash or haste dies, you get to draw a card. And then you get chaos control. Each spell you cast has split second if mana from an artifact was spent to help cast it. So we have plenty of ways to create some treasure tokens in order to make sure that we could get those benefits off of the split second. Plenty of ways to give our creatures haste in order to make sure we're drawing cards off of any creature we control getting removed. But yeah, that's the general overview of the deck. Let's get into it card by card. This one is a bit more of a budget-friendly version compared to the other deck that we have posted on the channel already. So if you guys want to see a more like full power version of the deck, make sure you check out that video as well. Starting off though, we have Arcane Signal for that mana, which will help us get that split second. Ashnod's Altar. Another way to sacrifice maybe our creatures with haste so that we could draw some cards while we're at it. And also get that mana while we're there. Commander Sphere. Another way for some mana along with some draw power. Hammer of Perforos. We want to make sure all of our creatures have haste so that anytime any creature we have gets removed, we'll get that draw power. Lightning Greaves in order to give some more creatures haste. Mind Stone, along with that protection there for certain creatures, depending on what we need. Mind Stone for some draw power along with mana. Soul Ring for some mana. Swiftfoot Boots for the haste enabling. Talisman of Indulgence for some more mana there to get that split second. The Fire Crystal, another way to enable haste on our creatures. Along with maybe, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, which will also have haste while we're at it. Depends what we need at the time. Reaver Cleaver, another way to get plenty of treasure tokens by getting a +1/+1 and trample onto some of our creatures. Our opponent may not have anything to block it, especially if we have a way to have a creature have haste on the battlefield already. But that would be a lot of treasure tokens, which means a lot of spells with split second. Herbrest Forge, another way to create plenty of tokens with that haste. They'll be getting sacrificed at the end of turn anyway, which means that we'll be getting to draw cards off of each of them that got removed. And Wayfarer's Bauble for some additional mana. For our creatures, we have Albed Salvagers, allowing us to get some life off of our creatures getting removed, along with dealing damage to our opponent, because, like I said, we have ways to sacrifice our own stuff. Anger, another way to give our creatures haste, get that draw power, keep on going. Ball Lightning, Trample, Haste, at the beginning of end step, sacrifice this card. Either way, we're getting that draw power now. Maybe we'll get some mana off of it with Ashnod's Altar. Blood Artist, another way to benefit off of our creatures getting removed, maybe our opponent's creatures getting removed too. Dealing that damage, getting that life. Capillary Storm, create some treasure tokens, get some haste. Both things that we like to see in the stack, get that split second, get that haste, get that draw power. Charming Scoundrel. In this battlefield, choose one, get a treasure token, giving us that split second. Create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature you control, or draw a card, discard cards. It's really just going to be a middle one we want. Enduring Courage, another way to give haste to our creatures in order to make sure that when each of them gets removed, we get those draw power. Goldspan Dragon, in order to make sure that all of our treasures tap for 2 instead of just a 1. Impulsive Pilferer, get those treasure tokens, get that split second. Kellogg, Dangerous Mind. First Strike, Haste, attacks, create treasure token, get that split second. First Strike, Haste, meaning that we get a draw power and gets removed. And sacrifice 5 treasure, gain control of target creature for as long as he's on the battlefield. Only activates as a sorcery, so you're not really going to use it too much, and you're going to tend to want that treasure for some other stuff. Knuckles, you're already playing Sonic cards. You may as well run Knuckles. Getting those treasure tokens, getting a split second, potentially a win con while you're at it. Lagomos, Hand of Hatred. Creating you some tokens with haste. That'll just be getting sacrificed at the end step. Since you're getting sacrificed anyway, you're going to get that draw power in order to go bigger for the next turn. Lightning Skelemetal, 3 mana, 6/1, trample, haste. Gets sacrificed anyway, but either way, we do get that draw power, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, that player discards 2 cards, which could be quite a bit. Mashadi, Emporium Master. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn. We're hopefully going to be having quite a few creatures either getting sacrificed or dying on their own means. So might as well go playing treasure tokens, get that split second. Mayhem Devil, whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, we sacrifice our treasure tokens, we sacrifice our creatures, all the above maybe. Deal 1 damage to any target, remove our opponent's stuff, remove our opponent's life totals, all the above. Peerless Plunderer, we like to see our creatures get removed, we like to create treasure tokens, let's do both. Professional Facebreaker, Another way to get some treasure tokens on the battlefield. Another way to get some, like, it's kind of draw power, but you just, exiling the card instead. Ranklin Torbran deals combat damage to a player. Choose any number. Each player sacrifices a creature, which we can sacrifice one of our things with haste, giving us that draw power. Each player creates a treasure token. We get the treasure token, giving us that split second. And then if a source you control will deal damage to a player or battle, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. Super fun there. Undead Sprinter, trample, haste for as long as you control this card. As long as you may cast this card from your graveyard if a non-zombie creature died this turn, which, we're going to be having our creatures get removed. If you do, get a +1/+1 counter on it as well. Herbrest Hidden, another way to give all our creatures haste so we can sacrifice them. Viscera Seer, another way, make sure we have a way to actually sacrifice our creatures in the deck in order to get some benefits off of it while we're at it. Zorn, we're having so many treasure tokens, may as well double up on those, right? Well, not many +1, really. Not really double. Yahenni, Undying Parson, 3 mana for 2/2 with haste. Whenever a creature an opponent controls gets removed, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Sacrifice another creature. It's indestructible till end of turn. Another way to sacrifice our stuff, along with just having a super powerful creature while we're at it. And Zulaport Cutthroat, to benefit off of when our creatures get removed, we'll get to draw a card and deal some damage. Reign of Riches, we're going to be having plenty of treasure tokens, so may as well cascade from our Knuckles into our Kellogg maybe, and Rising in the Day in order to get haste onto all of our creatures. For our instants, we have Bedevil, for some removal, Big Score for some more treasure tokens along with that draw power, Cast Warp for that removal, Corrupted Conviction for that draw power along with sacrificing our creatures that have haste in order to, draw some additional cards. Dark Ritual for the mana, Deadly Dispute for the sacrifice plus the draw power. Fake Your Own Death, we're sacrificing a whole bunch of our creatures. Not all of them we want to get sacrificed, so let's have them come back by having them go to the graveyard and come right back. Infernal Grasp for that removal, not dead after all. Same thing as Fake Your Own Death, essentially. Rakdos Charm for some removal or Graveyard Hate. Maybe just, that one final damage you need to do to each opponent. Unexpected Windfall, another way to get some treasure tokens and draw some cards. Village Rites, in order to sacrifice a creature, get that draw power, and get more draw power. And Withering Torment for some removal. For sorceries, we have Blasphemous Act for a board wipe, Blood Money, destroy all creatures for each non-token creature destroyed this way, create a tap treasure token. Well, we gotta go wide next turn, because we just got to draw all those cards off it too. Brass's Bounty, get more treasure tokens while we're at it. Exsanguinate, we're going to be creating like 1 billion treasure tokens. Let's use them all to deal all the damage to our opponents. Midgar, City of Mako, sacrifice a creature, draw 2, allowing us that additional draw power, along with sacrificing one of our creatures with haste for more draw power. Nice Whisper for some draw power, Pirate's Pillage, some treasure tokens plus some draw power. Song of Totentans, create some rats, can't block, and creatures you control gain haste till end of turn. So if we have a way to sacrifice them, that's draw power off of each rat that we just made. And then Vandal Blast to remove all artifacts. We did have this deck come in at, I believe, just under 150, but still super fun deck. If you guys like the deck, though, make sure you like the video. If you guys want to see more like this, make sure you subscribe for some future videos. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the day.